Hello, my dear students. Today I will discuss about the fundamental unit of life. Yes, cell. And first is a cell review. I will tell about the diverse form of live systems are present in our surroundings. Like ourselves is all of them is made up of a tiny structures called cell. Cell is a building block of life. They are the basic structural and functional unit forms which life is take some shape. A cell is the smallest living entity in a living organisms. Let's talk about this. Is a important scientist names that is Robert Hooke is coined a term cell in a 1665 and discovery of a nuclear by Robert Brown in 1831 and mm, Skildron and Scoman is showed that plants or animals is made up of cells in 1838 to 1839. Then, how the cell is formed? In 1838 and 1839 is a German scientist Matthias Schlorden in 1838 and Thunder Swackham in 1839 is proposed the cell theory and formulation that all cells and animal tissue is made up of a cell is the however the unsuccessful in explaining how new cell is are formed later in 1855. Rodolph Virchow is a further expanded the cell theory by suggesting that all cell arises from pre-existing cells. These cells theory is states that all living organisms are composed of cell and products of cells. Cells are basic unit of a structural and functional organisms. All cells are arise in a pre-existing cell. Now you are scientist. About scientist, this is Robert Hooke in 1635 and to 1706. The term cell is introduced by Robert Hooke in 1665 is observed the cellular structure and cork. The substances is obtained from the bark of a tree while examining a thin slice of cork under the compound microscope. Hooke is observed the small comparison is resembles to the bonicombs and is termed as cells. ಇನ್ನು ರಾಬರ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು 1773 ಏಯ್ಟೀನ್ 58ವರೆಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ನೆನಪಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಇವರ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಏನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯುವಂಥ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, invention of microscope is a cell is a very small in a living entities that is not visible to the naked eye. The invention of microscope hence played in a key role of discovery of cells. The simple microscope. Here the microscope is classified as a simple microscope and compound microscope. Simple microscope is the first microscope is where is conducted the and Antony van Leeuwenhoek in 1632 to 1723. They are a single biconvex lens. They are magnified power up to 200 times. Then compound microscope. Compound microscope. These were the first constructed by the Robert Hooke in 1635 to 1703. He developed the compound microscope using two lenses for increasing the magnifying power. He examined the thin slice of cork under the observed tiny box-like compartments that be named cells. Next, this is the microscope constructed by Robert Hooke and slice of cork as observed under the microscope. The modern ordinary compounds microscope has a generally improved in design and magnifying power up to 2000 times. This is the compound microscope structure. Then electron microscope. The invention of electron microscope has led to great advancement of the study micro cells. This electron microscope has a beam of electrons which are bent to the magnets is magnifying the images. Then they magnifying the object up to uh, 2 uh, 2 lakh times. Then properties of cell, there are important properties of cell. Some of the important properties of cells as following: generally cell as a small and it is visible to the naked eye. Then the cell shape is vary from within the organisms. Between the different organisms, the shape and size is related to the specific function. It platform all living organisms is exhibits the basic properties, that is respiration, growth and metabolism. Then nerve cells are is the longest cell. The example of the different shapes and sizes is these are the different sizes is a red blood cells, then white blood cells, then columnar cells. Then here the nerve cells are this in these four cells. Nerve cells are the longest cells. Then come to the some important short points, that is the smallest and unicellular organisms. These unicellular organisms, we know that mycoplasma is an important bacteria. Is a diameter zero point 0.1. There was a blood cells in our body is a type of cells is a solid. This one example I will take illustrate how the shape and size of the cell is related to the specific function of this platform. The solution is the different type of cells is a different shape and size. There is irregular shape, and the blood cells is a white blood cells is protect our body to killing harmful foreign bodies, and thus the antibodies is changes their shape and is related to the function and function of the immune system. The classification of cell is based on the cell unicellular or multicellular. Then come to the unicellular and multicellular topics. The smallest entities is capable to independent existence and concentrate on up to the only single cell. Such organisms is known as an unicellular organisms. Example: unicellular organisms include amoeba and yeast. The amoeba and yeast is an important for the unicellular organism. Example: all other organisms such as is made up is a more than cell. The multicellular organisms example: human, plants and animals. The molecular formula: the molecular organisms is performed varieties of task efficiency as a division labor. This gives to the organisms a wide range of adaptability to survive. In a multicellular organisms, dead cells is plays an important role. For example, dead epidermal cell is and underlying cells. Next, division labors. Division is an 1270 in of the labor is refers to the specialized role of the different organs present in a multicellular organisms. All organs and tissues, the cell multicellular organisms is cannot carry out the functions. Each of them is evolved and carry out the specific set of each organ systems is coordinated with the other to perform an activity is required to the for the life. And the division of the labor is minimize the load of carry out the all functions. Consequently, it allows to the organs operate efficiently. Next, concept builder. concept builder. Let understand this concept in a division of labor is using labor using the example of a cricket team. As you know, the cricket team is some members is specialized in a batting while some specialized bowling. Each of the member is assigned the specific set of the function in a team, more than after one or not. Then wins the game is one whose member is perform their specific tasks efficiently. In the same way, in a different organs of the system in our human body is assigned a different function. For example, the digestive system is assigned to carry the digestion, while the excretory system is assigned to carry out the excretion. This division is a labor. Ultimately, healthy body is one of the one in which the different organ systems is perform at respective functions properly. Next, classification of cell based on the cell complexity, prokaryotics and eukaryotics. This type of classification is based on the subcellular organisms of cells. The given table is let's characteristic features of a prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Let's talk about the properties of prokaryotic and eukaryotic. The size of the cell is a prokaryotic cell is small in size, and prokaryotic cells have no nucleus with the nuclear membrane is present, and prokaryotic cells are organs having a membrane around them. Example, mitochondria, plasmids and are absent. Next, the prokaryotic cell wall is usually present it in composed peptoglycan, and prokaryotic cells are genetic materials present in a nuclear property defined nucleus is absent. Yeah, come to the eukaryotics. Cell is very in a size and is generally larger than those who are in prokaryotics. These are the well defined nucleus and nuclear membrane. Then membrane enclosed to the organelles are present. Cell wall is usually present in a plant cell, and it is composed to the cellobiose. The general material present inside the well defining the nucleus. Next, solved example medium is a distinguish between the bacteria and yeast. Bacterium is a unicellular prokaryotic, and it lacks a well-defined nucleus. Then yeast is a unicellular eukaryotic, and it is well-defined nucleus. Next, yeah, bacterium it has a cellular organ such as a mitochondrion and endoplasmic reticulum. Then this one is yeast. It is as a cellular organelle such as a mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum. This is the structure of a prokaryotic cell and a eukaryotic cell. Observe this carefully and list out the different characteristics of both prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Here, cytoplasm, nucleus, cell wall, cell membrane, ribosomes. These labelings are very important when you are drawing any of the diagram. Labelings are very important. Please don't forget this. Concentrate on labelings and draw a neat diagram and concentrate on labelings. You get 5 marks for this. Cell wall and chloroplast, lysosomes, mitochondrion, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi operators, cell membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, and vacuoles. You label neatly and explain one and another organs carefully and describe that. You will get full marks. Then cell division. How the cell is going to division is a cell is undergoes the division to forms a new cell. This new cell is used to grow, replace and dead and injure to the cell and to form a gametes required for a reproduction. There are two types of division is cell undergoes. One is mitosis and another one is meiosis. Mitosis, each cell division is formed in a two daughter cells. The daughter cells have a same chromosome numbers as the mother cell. Then meiosis. This type of division is shown by the specific cell of reproductive organs or tissues in animal and plants. These cells are divided to form a gametes, which often fertilization give rise to the new offsprings. In a mitosis, there is a four cells are produced from single cell, and new cell have the half chromosome number than the mother cell. Cell wall and plasma membrane is a basic components of a cell. The two basic component of a cell is a protoplasm and or cell membrane. The protoplasm consisting of the cytoplasm and the nucleus. The cell membrane is an outermost covering of an animal cell and is next to the cell wall in a plant cell. The term of protoplasm is refers to as a living content of a cell. The nuclear and the cytoplasm is enclosed by the membrane. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like matrix surrounding the nucleus. Then come to the plasma membrane. Um, One by one structures you should describe the one by one organ. It's very useful and it's very precise answer. Let's talk about the plasma membrane. In animal cell, which is a lack of cell wall, the cell membranes is an outermost covering is acts as a barrier between the internal cell machineries and harsh external environment. Hence it as a function as a protecting agent. The basic structure of a plasma membrane, this is conceived by the Singer and Nicholson in a 1972. The fluid mosaic model is used for describing the structure of a plasma membrane. According to the model, major component of the plasma membrane are lipids and proteins. The small amount of carbohydrates can also be found in a plasma membrane. Is a flexible in nature, is allows to the entry and existing of a selective molecule. Here, the plastic bag in a pores. To understand the cell membrane better, image is to be like this. The plastic bag with many pores and its a surface. This bag contains all cellular contents including the organelles, and keeps them separate from the outside environment. The pores are present in the surface, allow the entry and exist only same molecules substances. The cell membrane is extremely delicate, thin and elastic. It is the cell living membrane of the cell. It is surrounding the cytoplasm and regulates the movement of substances in and out of the cell. The mean of that cell membrane is allow only certain substances to enter and exit. For this reason, it is now the selectively permeable membrane. It allows some substances. That's why it is called as a semi-permeable membrane. Let's talk about the functions of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is plays very important role. Let's talk about one by one. It protects the cellular organs from outside environment. It is selectively allows to the molecules to move in and out of the cell. Then it engulfs the substances within the cell through the endocytosis. It can also expel the substances out of the cell through exocytosis. It establishes the communication between cells. Then, which kit what kit what makes the plasma membrane is a selectively permeable. Here, hydrophobic. Here, hydrophobic means water repellent. Water repellent. So here the polar head. This is the phospholipids. Then it's a non-polar region. This is non-polar region. Non-polar and hydrophobic both are same. This is the polar. Then phospholipid molecules. The plasma membrane is made up of several organic molecules, but the major component of the phospholipids. A phospholipids is a molecule containing the phosphorus. It has two parts, the head region and tail region. The former of an hydrophilic in nature. It has a strong affinity for water. The later hydrophobic in nature, it lacks of affinity for water. The phospholipids arranges themselves in such a way that polar heads is faced towards an outside towards water. The fatty acid tails face towards an inner side of the bilayer. Consequently, the hydrophobic region remains protected from the aqueous environment as shown in the figure. Then due to the special arrangement, all molecules cannot pass through the membrane. Polar molecules like glucose and water can easily pass through the membrane, but non-polar molecules like oil cannot be passed through. The structural arrangement that allows only selective molecules to pass through the plasma membrane is what makes a selectively permeable membrane. That's why plasma membrane is also called as a selectively permeable membrane. Next is a diffusion. In order to maintain the proper balance in the internal environment of the body, cell needs to take in useful substances and releases the harmful materials. Do you know how the food waste matter and water is transported across the cell? Such a transportation occur mainly because of two processes. One is diffusion and another one is osmosis. First one is diffusion. What is meant by diffusion? Diffusion is a movement of individual molecules from the region of higher concentration to lower concentration. The larger differences in the concentration is a more rapid flow of molecules. The diffusion movement is molecules is a random and independent in a nature. The most common example of a diffusion is the transportation of gases and absorption uh, nutrients in a human body. Then inhaled air is contains oxygen in a lungs. Oxygen diffuses through the body blood capillaries and reaches the red blood cells. Therein the blinds with an hemoglobin to form any hemoglobins. Oxyhemoglobins is then circulated throughout the body. Oxygen concentration is a lesser tissues than in the blood and red blood cells. Thus, oxygen diffuses out of the body, out of the blood, and enters the tissues and later the cells. Similarly, the digestive tract food is broken down in a simpler products such as glucose nutrients and then absorbed by the intestinal cells through diffusion. Osmosis, a special case of diffusion. Osmosis is described the special case of diffusion in which two solutions having a different concentrations are separated by a semi-permeable membrane. Some features of osmosis are as follows. The movement of molecules The solvent is takes place from the region of a lower concentration of a solute to the region where there is an higher concentration of the solute. In other words, the movement of the solvent is takes place from the region where its concentration is an higher region where the concentration is a lower. Here, solid water and a semi-permeable membrane, higher water concentration and lower water concentration. The significance of osmosis in a living organisms. The plant roots are absorbs the soil water through osmosis. Water concentration is higher in the soil than in the root cells. Therefore, water is moved from soil to the cell. Water is reabsorbed and reabsorbed in the tubules and nephrons of kidneys through osmosis. Here the solvent examples are there. Distinguishes between the osmosis and diffusion. Diffusion means solid molecules are moved across the concentration gradient. Osmosis as a water molecules is moves across a concentration gradient. Here diffusion, it does not require a semi-permeable membrane. Then osmosis, it requires a semi-permeable membrane. Experiment or osmosis, take 3 beakers of a few um, resins in them and pour the hypotonic solution in the first beaker. Is an isotomic solution is second beaker, highly concentrated solution in a third beaker. Let's resin soak the liquids for a few minutes. Observation, after 2 minutes you will observe the resins first beaker have a swollen up. In the second beaker you will see the changes of the resins, and the third beaker you will observe that the resins are shrunk, broken down. Now you can understand what is the diffusion and what is osmosis. This is related to that topic only. I will explain it. I will already explain it this topic. So let's take a screenshot to further more understand and more explanation. This is for extra information for the students who want require and you who want score more marks. You should prefer to write more answers like this. And then osmosis is a second example. This is also an example. The too much examples what I will giving these too much examples. This was only for understand purpose only. I will explain this already. For who wants more explanation, please take screenshots. Here the cell wall. I will explain this topic. I mentioned it before. The cell wall, animal cell wall of the plasma membrane. Here the plasma membrane is the main cell wall, and I will explain it. The plasma membrane, it will be present in plants, fungi and bacteria also. On this topic you will get more questions regarding this for your understanding purpose only. Take screenshots and follow this, understand these concepts. Then inner content of the cell membrane is called as a cytoplasm. Here it separates the cell membranes from the nucleus. Some important features of cytoplasm is it is composed of the cytosol and organelles and inclusions. Cytosol is a soft, sticky and transparent fluid in which the various cell organelles are suspended. Here cytoplasm is a not simple clear fluid, rather it is complex viscous fluid that contains 70% of water. It remains portion is made up of proteins, carbohydrates and lipids. Cytoplasm is one of the most active part of this cell. while does not take part of the cell process, it does not is the most of the metabolic reaction. It helps in the perform the survival of the vital functions in transporting the essential nutrients in required destinations. One of the important components of the cytoplasm cytoskeleton cytoskeleton is a network of proteins. This is a microtubules and microfilaments which is together to form a skeleton of a cytoplasm. The cytoskeleton is responsible for the shape and movement of the cell. Here the solved example related to the cytoplasm. This is extra information regarding to your understand. For more understand, you will be take screenshot and read. Say hybrid. This is a hybrid. This is more information. It is coming up to the higher studies. Just take screenshot for more understanding purpose only. Did you know the cell is glow in outside the body is through the process is known as a cell culture. Cell culture is maybe doing in higher studies in like PhD level. It's not required for you. Just take screenshot and understood the structures. It is very important for an higher educational level and for NEET exams and all. It will require for some MCQ related questions for competitive world. Here the nucleus is an important. The following list and various parts of nucleus is there in respectively. Wait for a moment. This much is enough for today. I will explain you later in a second part because the video is too long. If you like this video and you felt it is very useful source, please subscribe our channel, share and like. Thank you for watching video, my dear students. Thank you.